Fight it out, everyone! It's Deep Dive Zone, a Sonic review series for fans of all shapes and sizes. I'm your host, Evan, joined as always by my co-hosts Lauren and Bruce, and today we've got 3 more episodes of Sonic X to do, and you know, last week I said we were kind of back in the trenches, but that ends today, which is to say we've got the other 2 episodes that are just disconnected from the rest today.
Yeah.
We do have to get through this, so...
Yeah. I mean, I suppose they're connected by the common thread of Emerald being in them, I suppose.
There you go, that's all you need.
We're starting off today with episode 43, Huge Home Electrics Panic! 2 exclamation points, or mean machines in the dub. When the electrical appliances of Station Square begin going haywire, it's up to Sonic and Nelson Thorndyke to save the day. Also, Emerald is here now.
Everyone's favorite hero, Nelson Thorndyke.
Could do worse.
I mean, yeah, it could be worse, but also, you know...
Could be Mr. Stewart.
That's real.
Yeah, that's the next episode, don't worry.
So, we start this episode on a festival of Sonic evangelists, I guess?
Yeah, Sonic's got a cult now.
Yeah, what the heck?
They
not
like living like him, I guess.
More than that, as we learn later.
Oh, yeah.
Not that Sonic would care, but they're profiting off of his likeness.
Yeah, that's the episode I want. Sonic sues for copyright infringement.
Yep.
Listen, they're putting in their own labor. That guy carving statues of Sonic, that shit doesn't come cheap.
That's true.
Yeah, but the Sonic pins.
Probably just pictures of him from, like, the newspaper.
Yeah.
I don't know, I think this is...
Damn freeloaders.
See, here's the thing, is that you could find stuff like this at actual, like, conventions and...
Oh, no, I know. I know. This is all stuff I could probably go buy at Kumo in November.
Yeah.
Well, maybe not the statues.
I'll say this, the thing that I like about this, right, is that Sonic has inspired people to blow off work because he's a dirty slacker.
I mean, what else is Sonic going to inspire people to do?
Yeah, but that's part of the conflict. Oh, sorry.
To be fair, we've also learned he's been inspiring... we learned, I think, last week that he also is now inspiring people to just take up running. To just run everywhere.
But that's actually part of the conflict of this episode, because we get to see Nelson Thorndyke, famous character of this show, Nelson Thorndyke, getting a bunch of complaints about his employees and their the company's appliances, and because people have been blowing off work, there's been
no one's been at the factory.
Probably a Sonic Team joke in there somewhere.
Ooh.
But in any case, Chris Thorndyke cannot be out enjoying these festivities. He's sick at home.
Maybe we won't see Chris that much this episode, right?
No.
Yeah.
No, instead he's gonna interrupt Lindsay, who is in the middle of filming Hot Lady in a Skintight Bodysuit on a Motorcycle, the movie. That's what I'm calling it.
I was just gonna say Mission Impossible, because she must be like Tom Cruise and do her own stunts.
Yeah, that's admirable, I guess.
That is admirable. I do respect Tom Cruise for that.
Yeah, but
to be accurate, it's not Chris who's interrupting her. It's Nelson who's freaking
Nelson
out.
on the fucking helicopter.
Sorry, that is what I meant to say.
How can these two both be absentee parents and overbearing? It's impressive.
They try to make up for it.
Yeah, they try to make up, but they make up too hard, and it's...
Yep.
That's what happens when you try to do it all. You can't be, an attentive parent and be in Hot Lady on a Skin-Tight Bodysuit on a Motorcycle, the movie. It just doesn't work.
Jumping into a helicopter.
Yeah. Also, like, the drawings of Lindsay here, this is the horniest the show has ever been and will ever be.
Oh, yes. Sure. Oh, yes, this is 100% the horniest. I know the scene where she jumps onto the rope ladder from the helicopter, it cuts to it's very clearly showing an ass shot, and then it cuts to the director saying magnificence. I know he's just saying it about her jumping to doing the stunt, or doing the quote unquote stunt.
They get it.
They knew exactly what they were doing with that.
Anywho, yes, so no, Chris does not interrupt the movie. Nelson interrupts the movie by coming down the helicopter. She jumps across onto the helicopter because we need to go see our son. And, excuse me, but you can just leave work. Why didn't you do that before?
Well, because this is a matter of life and death.
Yeah, obviously, Chris is slightly sick.
Meanwhile, Nelson decided the best way to solve the appliance problem is with the power of prison labor.
Is this actually Nelson's idea?
I mean, it's for his company at least. Maybe it was somebody else
I
at his company that decided
I
it.
feel like this was someone else's idea because he left before he can make any ideas.
Oh yeah, he did say have one of his people figure out a
Yeah,
solution. So I think,
I
yeah,
don't
it
think that
was
was his
somebody else.
idea. It was someone
Okay.
else.
Well, in any case, it leads to this hilarious sequence where Eggman is repairing all of the broken machines.
He is hyped up about repairing them. Also,
He's going so fast.
I
Mhm.
absolutely love seeing Eggman get hands on when he's building
Oh
stuff.
yeah,
It's
oh
always
yeah,
funny.
yeah. I love seeing Eggman actually being like technical and manually working on stuff.
He's very concerned with worker productivity. And yeah, he has a special microchip, so you know exactly where this is going.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Uh-huh.
It's funny because you have the ominous shot of the new vacuum. We ordered this because the old one is broken, which is funny because like you'd think that like well Chuck is a master machinist, but no, he's been busy with Tails fixing Emerald.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you know I said that in the summary, but Emerald's just here.
Yeah, he's just here. He doesn't really do anything in this episode.
Well, it's like we didn't
He does a
introduce
little
the
bit there.
characters to
He
him.
does a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, they did skip the intro because everyone who's watching
Right.
this has played Sonic Battle already, so they know Emerald.
Yeah, they've done the
Apparently,
8
yeah.
months.
But
They've
it's
done
just weird 'cause
they've done the 2 months of playing Sonic Battle.
they don't. Yeah, they don't really acknowledge that he's a new addition for the most part. They don't even say why he's named Emerald.
He just looks like an Emerald, guys.
Yeah, that just looks like it's his name.
Also, I guess Sonic hasn't stopped by and seen him at any point since then, because he would have been like, "Hey, I fought that thing." Or maybe he wouldn't. I don't know. Did he see him in the tank? Maybe he didn't.
I don't know.
He did not. The tank was already empty when he beat it up.
Yeah.
Or when he finished beating it up, excuse me.
Anyway, Nelson and Lindsay are arriving as literal helicopter parents, so that they can take care of Chris. And it's funny because Nelson was complaining at the start about people blowing off work because of the Sonic thing, and now Chuck is yelling at his son for blowing off work.
Uh-huh.
Is that a theme? I don't
Yeah.
know. This episode doesn't really have a thesis, I'm pretty sure, so...
Did you expect it to?
Yeah, do you really expect it to?
Some of the episodes of this show kind of do, but,
Yeah,
amazingly,
I guess.
despite being the kid who's annoyed that his parents are never around, Chris really hates having his parents around.
Well, because they're being hyper overbearing.
They
I
are
get
being
that.
overbearing. I get that.
I
It's
get
just
that,
like,
yeah.
pick
He
a
does,
fucking
yeah,
lane.
no. I mean, yeah, he complains constantly about his parents not being around, but
Well,
he wants them to
this
be
literally
normal
caused him to yell,
parents.
I hate you at his dad.
That's a little much. But, like, realistically, he just wants them to be normal parents.
Wow, okay. Yeah, they toned it down in the dub. He's
Oh.
mad at them for arguing. He doesn't say, like, I hate you. That's
Oh, yeah,
insane.
yeah, in Japanese, he outright yells at his dad, I hate you.
Alright. You know what?
That's
fair
interest-
enough.
that's an
4Kids.
interesting
I get why you
change.
changed that, but
Yeah, I can understand that.
I mean, I still prefer accuracy in dubs. I get it.
Yeah.
But it's all right. It's all right. We can make Chris happy by making a special for him.
Cherry
Unfortunately, the kitchen
something.
starts attacking us.
Oh, yes.
I love this. I was wondering what they were going to do with Eggman being in prison and forcing him to get creative like this. I approve.
I like that. No, I like the idea of him, being forced to think outside the box.
Yeah, and well, I like the the angry eyes on everything.
The angry
Of
eyes are
course.
funny. Yeah, of course. It's a cartoon. How do you know if it's bad or not?
Yeah.
Well, no, I was saying Eggman would definitely give angry eyes.
Oh well,
Machine.
yeah. Oh, of course.
Yeah, so Sonic, he spin dashes the egg beater. Amy fights the killer fridge, and Emerald takes the combat data from them to save Chris from the TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Spin dashes it, and you'd think that people would be like, "Wow, that's really concerning or something interesting." They don't really acknowledge it that much.
Yeah. I guess the
It's
characters
just kind of
don't know that.
You know?
Oh well, no, yeah, they see him do the spin dash. So, yeah, no.
It's almost like they wrote these episodes and then later there's like, you gotta put Emerald in this season. You're like, oh shoot.
It feels
Yeah?
exactly like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I can get that.
The episodes where Emerald is a strongly relevant part of the narrative are not this one.
Yeah.
But it's alright, the rest of the house attacks, and, it turns out if you spray them with water, they fall apart.
Makes enough sense as a weakness for robots.
It does,
For
but it's
simply put together robots from a prison.
It makes sense. It's a little underwhelming, but I do
Yeah.
love the gag that stems from this, which is, oh no, they've seized the water department! Which leads to this very, like, hammy moment from Nelson where he's like, my company built that department, so it's my responsibility to fix this!
My responsibility to provide customer service.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, sure.
I
So he
mean,
follows-
saving you from killer appliances is very good customer service.
That is true.
Yeah.
It is.
So he follows Tails and Amy from the house, and Bokun breaks Eggman, Deco, and Boko out of prison? What?
Continuity error. Boku's supposed to be in prison.
That's true.
So-
he is.
He was there last episode. Was he
Yeah.
not considered an actual inmate? He didn't have the prison duds.
It's true. He
They
did.
didn't have it in his size.
I mean, yeah, fair.
It's possible. But that's the thing is, we saw him in there with Eggman. We were speculating, did Sonic put him in there? And I guess the answer is no, he was just visiting.
I guess
So he could just leave.
To be
guess.
fair, your average person probably doesn't know Bokun is associated with Eggman unless he outright says it.
Your average person doesn't know Bokun exists. He's always the one that's like off on his own.
Yeah, that's true. Also,
Maybe Eggman just is like, he's my son, I need to see him.
It's just weird because I thought Eggman was going to make the appliances to break him out, and then Bokun just does it. Like, why didn't Bokun just do that earlier? I mean, I guess he tried last time, and I guess Sonic's distracted by the appliances, so in a roundabout way, it did help.
Well, the appliances, if anything, are probably just it's an average Eggman ploy, but it's also being used as a distraction.
Yeah. So, yeah, everybody's fighting, the washing machine or whatever in the city, but Nelson's like, we need to open a dam to get all the water to destroy them. And the argument before was about, like, letting Chris do stuff, and so Lindsay finally agrees to let Chris help, but it's like, what does she think he's gonna do?
That's a good.
Like, he's a sick child, is he gonna... I don't know.
I guess they do make it a point that she checks his temperature first, because, clearly that means he's not sick if he doesn't have a temperature.
That's right.
Automatically, once you don't have a temperature, you're automatically recovered.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what he actually does is that he's one of 7 people gathered around this valve to the dam, which is... I don't know, I feel like he can't be contributing that much.
I guess every little bit helps.
Why would you need that many people? Like, if this is meant to be something that can be opened at all, why would you need 7 people to...
Design-wise, that is weird.
Maybe they're really weak and you just normally need, like, 2 strong guys.
I mean, your average dam work is probably stronger than all of these people combined.
Yeah. But, yeah, the dam opens, they get the water, they spray him with it, and they're all destroyed. Problem is solved.
Yay.
Problem solved. You realize that the appliances are not trying to kill people, but now everyone's appliances are destroyed.
That is true.
Capitalism.
Chuck says there's
Capitalism
going to be a lot of
times.
work getting things back to normal after all this, and Nelson says, that just means people will buy more of my stuff.
Oh
And
my
buddy,
gosh.
If it's mostly your products going haywire here after all of the quality complaints, you're going out of business.
Well, if he
That's
can
true.
prove that it's Eggman related, then
But it was his business that used Eggman.
that is true. I don't know.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
consented to Eggman's help.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't mention it, but that's just a completely stupid move. You should not give Eggman materials.
Okay, well, so did they
Yeah.
know it was going to be Eggman though? Because it
That's
might have
my
been they call up
question.
the prison and they say get the prisoners to fix this, and they don't know that Eggman is one of the ones doing it.
Yeah, that's my question.
Look, all I'm saying is I want a whole episode about the publicity cleanup, and there's that whole thing where everyone's trying to point the finger whose fault this disaster was. That's the kind of Sonic X episode I want.
Yeah, that would be a good follow up. So clearly, that would be the
Eggman
next
goes to
episode.
court?
Heck yeah.
I would watch a courtroom episode of this show.
Well, you're not getting one. There is one of those for Sonic Boom, but
There's one for Sonic Underground as well.
Well, I didn't watch
I
that.
forgot about that. I'm not sad to forget.
At least
a
I
lot of
don't.
that show.
At least I don't think I watched it. That shows a bit of a fever dream.
Yeah, but yeah, very silly episode, but could have been worse. I guess it was all right.
Yeah, it was
It was
fine.
okay.
It had some silly, entertaining moments.
But next episode is episode 44, The Ridiculous Epic Spy Battle! Exclamation point, or Sewer Search in the dub. Mr. Stewart is busy tracking the recent prison escapee Eggman, but is caught off guard by Chris and his friends just as he finds a lead. Can he bring the fat man to justice while keeping the kids safe in his true profession under wraps? No.
I mean, he kind of halfway
kind
does
of-
some of those things.
He does. Yeah, sort of does.
Listen, all I'm saying is an episode called The Ridiculous Epic Spy Battle should have been an anime adaptation of Agent Sonic versus Agent Knuckles.
Oh, okay, yes, but also that'd be very strange and surprising to see in
That would be
Sonic X
too
of all
good.
places.
Yeah, that would be too good. That would
And
be too
from a
peak
comic
media.
that may have been written after this episode.
It wasn't.
So yes, Eggman escaped from prison. That didn't last very long at all.
Hey, I'm impressed that it lasted like 2 episodes. That's really kind of surprising for Sonic X.
Yeah,
Yeah,
honestly.
fair enough. But this is bad news, obviously. But it's more importantly, it is bad PR for the government. So President Mike is ordering Rouge and Topaz to recapture him. Then we cut to the school kids, and apparently, not far at all from Chris's school exists the largest tree ever.
I have to admit, this gag actually got me because Mr. Stewart is looking at the tree, being like, "I wonder if Eggman is hiding inside of there." And I'm like, "Oh, he's being stupid for comedy," and then he's actually right.
Yeah, Deco and Boko like fall out of it or something.
Yeah. I don't think
Yeah.
Eggman himself is in there, but Deco and Boko are, so that's close enough.
Yeah,
The point
just-
is, he was
they're
somehow on the right track.
Yeah, he was on the right track. They were like sleeping in it or something.
Yeah. Which, something to rival the California redwoods, no kidding, so, might as well. I would do that. I would sleep in a giant tree.
Sure, why not?
Heck yeah.
But Mr. Stewart, hypocrite that he is, cannot actually do the job that he says, because he gets distracted by Chris, Danny, Francis, Helen, Cream, Cheese, and Emerald. That is a lot of kids all at once and a robot.
They're very distracting as a whole.
I mean,
Yeah.
children tend to be.
So, he's trying to track Eggman, but all these kids are here, and for some reason, instead of just being like, "You're on your own, I'm busy," they all pile in his car for the chase.
Like that, none of them question that he's tracking Eggman because they don't know he's a spy.
Not
I-
really.
He says he's bird watching.
Yeah, but then
I mean,
they
it's
find
pretty
Eggman
obvious
and he
that
faces
he's
him.
looking for Eggman, and I think they know full well.
I mean, my assumption has just been they think he's a really shitty teacher.
I guess. I don't know. It's
They
kind
haven't
of
made
weird.
so they haven't made it clear whether or not the kids. Well, actually, in this episode, they do make it clear that the kids don't think he's a spy.
I think they think he's weird and funny, and they just want to follow him around.
Oh, in Japanese, later in this episode, they outright say there's no way he could be a spy because he's
Yeah.
an idiot.
Well, that part might be true.
Yeah.
I'd like to point out that he spies Eggman buying some books and taking
Yeah.
a taxi in broad
Yes.
daylight.
Yes.
I mean, that's not the first time Eggman's just been out doing something in broad daylight in this show.
Okay, but now he's a fugitive.
That's true, he is. And,
yeah, and
the,
I don't know.
the bookstore
I think
doesn't
most times
do
that
anything?
Eggman has appeared in this show, he hasn't just been like cordially around other humans.
yeah, the main time I'm thinking of, he definitely wasn't.
Like, it's not like he just hops down to the convenience store.
I mean,
But yes, he buys some old books and hails a cab. I wanna know the mindset of this cab driver. It's probably something along the lines of, I don't fucking get paid enough to bother with this guy.
yeah, I'll get paid
Yeah,
enough
I mean
to
that
not.
probably is it. But wow,
Like, if the cops show up, I'll pull over. That's it. But he gets out of the cab at one point and just magically disappears.
Yeah.
Which Stewart decides means that he's underground somewhere. So he drives his car down some stairs into the sewer.
yep.
I don't think you could usually do that.
No, and I mean it is a special car. It turns into a boat, but
Like all cars do. I guess cars can be a boat once.
Speaking of boats, in the sewers here, Eggman leaves the Eggmobile just floating in the water, which is a very funny image. I've never thought of him using it as a boat before.
yeah,
I never
don't-
thought about the
I
fact
don't
that he
know
has
why
to
he'd
park
do
it
that.
somewhere also.
It flies. Isn't that faster?
Maybe he just likes the spray of sewer water on his face.
I will say, these are the cleanest sewers I've seen in a long time.
Oh yeah, there's nothing gross in these sewers.
Not that I
Easier to
want
animate.
What? Hey, you're forgetting. There are lizards.
Okay,
True.
but they're not gross. They're just lizards. They're
Yeah.
bros.
Danny gets freaked out by a lizard in the car, and Helen says something like, "You're a man. You can't get scared by lizards."
Yeah, damn hell, a little
Not
sexism.
very progressive of you, Helen. Also, lizards are cute as shit, and any person who's afraid of them should have all of their arms and legs pulled off.
I don't
Okay.
know if I'd agree with that, but all right,
Hey, Eggman catches the car boat in a net.
sure.
They're trapped. It's so bad.
Oh no.
Oh no, they've been captured.
Cut to Rouge and Topaz.
They've been sent on a special mission, and what are they doing? They're just like on vacation.
Yeah, they go on a date instead of doing their job.
It's clearly to save on animation, but I love this extended period where it's just the two of them sitting, eating
With
dessert.
Sonic running back and forth.
Just this
Yes.
really long, shot of not much movement at all.
Before that, though, I'd like to point out real quick the commercial bumper features Mr. Stewart's car as a character.
Yes, which is hilarious because I'm pretty sure there's no commercial bumper that has Mr. Stewart himself.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's
That's
not
a
a
good
relevant character.
Yeah, his car's a lot more relevant than he is.
True.
Yeah.
I just wanted to make sure we didn't forget that. Anyway, back to the date.
Eggman discovers that Stewart is a spy, but everyone, like Bruce said, agrees that he sucks too much for that to actually be true.
Yeah, the show's just straight up insulting him now. It's kind of impressive.
They
Yeah,
had
so
a chance.
they're all
Sorry.
captured. They're all in a cell. I do like this joke where Chris asks Eggman's plan, and Eggman's like, "Why the hell would I tell you? Shut up."
Yeah, he only boasts to his greatest enemies. Sonic isn't around.
Yeah, exactly. Sonic, maybe someone like Knuckles.
Yeah, possibly.
I want to note that when they are talking about Mr. Stewart being a spy, they do a 007 bit with a whole 1 second of the theme before it gets cut off so they don't get sued.
Eh, good old copyright.
Nice. I'd like to point out here that Eggman captures them. Emerald is there. Eggman makes no attempt to retrieve Emerald.
Hey, yeah.
That's a good point.
Does he not recognize him?
Oh yes, he's definitely very disguised, standing next to Cream like that.
Standing
I don't
next
know,
to Cream,
maybe-
probably not moving a fucking inch.
Maybe Eggman forgot about it. Maybe he found the thing, put it in that warehouse where Bokun found it later, and just wasn't really thinking about it.
Oh yes, ancient technology, which
Leave it
he,
to the
I
show.
assumedly will try to harness later.
Yeah,
He's
let's
just
leave-
forgetting about it.
Yeah, let's leave it with the 6-year-old rabbit.
Listen, Eggman has contingency plan after contingency plan and a million different things going at once. It's not unreasonable to assume I forget one.
I guess.
I do like in the IDW comics where he has the giant garage where all of his boss robots from previous games are.
That's a cool thing.
Anyway, I agree with everybody who's saying there's no way that Mr. Stewart could be a spy, because he follows people around in the show but never does anything. Until now.
Yeah, now he's actually, being useful.
Yeah,
I
he-
mean,
Or, excuse me,
to be
he's
fair,
been useful once before
okay,
when
he
Perfect
used a
Chaos
mirror
was
to
flooding
blow
the
up a robot a
city.
few times.
Well, he also helped evacuate the school.
Yeah, but any good adult would have done that.
Well, yeah, I know, but
no, that wasn't actually part of his job, though. In fact,
Yeah,
it
that
was
was-
against his job.
yeah, that was against his job. He decided to because the children are more important or something.
Yeah. But yes, he breaks everyone out of the cell and gets past some sealed doors, each with more suspicious methods than the last, like
Yeah, he
hacking
teaches the kids how to make a bomb.
and
Yeah.
homemade bombs.
Don't need the anarchist cookbook for that one.
It's weird though, because he thinks the last door would explode if he tried to hack it for some reason. So they bait out Bokun, who is conveniently lying on top of it.
I guess they just sleep wherever they want.
Just hangs around.
Yeah, I mean, why not?
They bait him with the fact that I guess he likes Ella because she was nice to him that one time.
She also bakes a good apple pie.
Yeah, that was the actual bait.
I guess they're trying to get him to find Sonic, which would lead him to
Yes.
Ella because he's thinking about getting pie from her.
Yes, that is exactly what the plan is.
That's stupid.
Oh,
it's
boy,
it's a very
the chil-
stupid.
The children's show has a stupid plan, Devin. Surprising.
All right, you know what? Shut up. All right. Anyway, he does end up running into Sonic, who then realizes
yeah.
that Chris is underground.
Yeah,
Um,
he runs into Sonic almost immediately upon leaving the sewers.
and also invites Rouge and Topaz from their ice cream date,
I mean,
which
they are
is
tracking Eggman,
Yeah,
supposedly.
supposedly they're not really. They don't seem
supposedly.
like they're trying very hard, if I'm
Yeah, they just
honest.
went on vacation and had a date.
But that is necessary because Eggman's in here with a spider mech.
It looks more like a crab. I'm gonna be honest.
They share a common ancestor.
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Is that true? I actually don't know that now that I'm saying it. There are definitely
I
some
think
spider-ish crabs.
I think crustaceans are distantly related to arachnids.
Either way,
Probably.
it's Eggman in a proper mech, which it feels like we
Yeah.
get so rarely in this show.
I can only think of like twice. So yeah.
Yeah, usually his creations are autonomous.
Yeah, I like to see him actually controlling the mech. It's fun. It's classic.
Yeah, definitely.
So Rouge, it grabs Sonic. Rouge breaks him out of the grip, and Eggman, Emerald copies her screw kick to break open the door and destroy the machine.
I'm so glad that they're not taking that bit from Sonic Battle where Kree was like, "Oh, I hate fighting" or whatever, because she's just like, "Nah, sick 'em, Emerald."
Yeah, he's her attack dog.
And the Eggmobile also gets destroyed in all this, but I doubt they'll be keeping that away for long.
I doubt it. That would be weird.
It'd be annoying, actually.
But everyone is broken out. They return to the mansion where Bokun indeed did get his actual giant amounts of pie. So
I was wondering if he would, but I'm just like, well, I guess the heroes have to not lie or whatever.
You know.
that's a funny thing to say, considering.
Oh,
I
I didn't
guess,
even think about that.
and I don't know. I kind of thought that something would change about Stewart's cover, or that he'd have like a character moment. But no, everybody else did all the work again.
We're seeing less and less of Mr. Stewart as the show goes on. I don't think they're going to give us a character moment.
I think this might be his last hurrah, if I'm honest.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's a good enough last hurrah for a character that might as well have not been important in the first place.
It's kind of a boring episode overall, if I'm honest.
Yeah,
Not great.
it's not offensive.
True.
Yeah, it's
We've watched much worse episodes.
Mm-hmm.
well. Let's move along to our final episode of today, episode 45, Sonic Battle Face Off! Exclamation point.
Oh
Or
god, not more of this.
Prize Fights, as it's called in the dub. And
I didn't realize the original name was literally Sonic Battle. It's amazing.
Yeah.
this is, if not the first episode, among the first episodes I ever saw of this show, because as a kid, I got a birthday present that was a DVD of the Beginning of the End DVD, I believe it was called. And this and the next few episodes were what was on it. And I don't think I saw it on TV properly until later.
Mm.
Which does not mean that I have a ton of nostalgia for it. I honestly didn't remember much of it until this point. I remember.
Well, you got to see the most anime part of this show, the tournament arc.
I did remember there being a lot of fights. I did not remember how breakneck the pacing of this episode and the next one is.
Oh
But,
god, yes, this episode's pacing is fucking insane.
yeah, as part of their new anti-Eggman operations, Gun hosts a martial arts tournament with a Chaos Emerald as the prize.
I honestly
Yeah.
forgot it was supposed to be an anti-Eggman move. Do they explain
don't-
it later? They don't in this episode.
Yeah, I sure hope they do, because I'm confused as hell why they're hosting the tournament.
I guess it's meant to lure him out at a place where there'll be powerful people that could take him down, maybe?
Is that what
So
the plan
that's a big
was?
stretch.
I don't know.
Wow.
Maybe
They
we'll
did
get
not
through it
make
by
that clear
discussing
then.
it. Though we don't start with that. We start with emerald cream and vanilla and a bunch of flowers. They're just hanging out making like flower crowns and bracelets or whatever, and
Yeah. I have to say, real quick, I much prefer Emerald imprinting on Cream than Sonic. This is a lot more wholesome.
yeah, well, because I mean, Sonic Battle has a very different dynamic to how they use Emerald in this show.
Yes.
Because Sonic Battle, he just grows more and more dangerous, and nobody questions it.
Yeah, whereas in
Yeah.
this, he's just vibing. I enjoy it. It's fun. It's very wholesome.
Amy is having a fantasy about Sonic giving her flowers, but it gets interrupted by a mosquito, and she breaks a window trying to kill it. But yes, Eggman has some kind of big plan going on. So, Gun, yeah, they're gearing up and they're talking to Sonic and Knuckles.
And
I
Rouge.
don't know what their idea. I guess they just want to bait him. That's my only assumption is that they need
Well,
to use
because they
them as
make
bait.
it sound like the idea is they want to like recruit Sonic and Knuckles like they've recruited Rouge into helping them fight Eggman.
Yeah,
But
but they
their
don't.
plan to
That's
do
not what
that
they offer
is,
them.
yeah, they don't offer them that. They instead they offer them a tournament to get a Chaos Emerald, which makes no sense.
Yeah, it's like they ask, "What do we get out of it?" And I don't even
And
know what it
also,
is. But
why don't they just pay? Rouge is already a gun employee. Why don't they just fucking pay her more to actually do her job?
Well, she's not hard to convince.
I mean, yeah, give her more shiny shit. We've already established that's all she needs in life.
it's a very weirdly set up sequence, and I don't really understand it. But
Yeah.
I do
Knuckles
find
is
it.
actually the one
Sorry.
who ends up being the holdout. I honestly think it would be Sonic for all the crap they've given him.
I mean,
I
Knuckles makes a good point that this entire thing is stupid.
It is,
True.
and I think it makes sense that he's not into the tournament idea.
Yeah.
But I do love
To
how
be
they
fair,
convince him, which is
they
that
just gaslight him.
everyone just negs him until his pride gets the better
Or,
of him.
excuse me, they don't gaslight him. They guilt trip him.
They're like, "Oh, of course, I know that you wouldn't be good enough for it, Knuckles." And it's like, what the hell, man?
Even Rouge guilt trips him.
I'm not sure if this is scripted the same way in the original, but after they trick him, they're like, he's so easily tricked, like to
Yeah.
his face.
Yeah, and then Topaz asks, he always falls for it, and Rouge just says because he's an idiot.
Well, it's just weird because why doesn't he then immediately be like, "This is stupid," and then
Yeah, why
dial
does that
back?
not make you change your mind?
He's an idiot. I don't know.
But
I'm so tired of the Knuckles abuse.
Yeah, the Knuckles abuse is annoying.
Well, we do get Knuckles showing off in the commercial, at least.
The commercial's silly. I love
Which
it.
maybe that's this whole thing. Maybe they're just asking them to promote the tournament.
I mean, they all end up competing, so I don't know.
Well, okay, but we'll have to get to that point because
Yeah, I know.
they have the commercial for the tournament, which mostly just features Knuckles being insane and strong, and so they're like, well, now only weirdos are going to enter the tournament. So
I don't understand why anyone would compete.
naturally, Nelson calls to inform the group that he entered everyone in,
Including his 12-year-old child.
including multiple children.
At least he didn't enter Cream and Vanilla.
Also, the president is entering.
Why the fuck not?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like they really rush into this tournament setting.
I mean, it's an anime. They have to have a tournament at some point.
Well, I know, but it's like they do not waste a second. You know, it's
Oh,
like
no,
Dragon Ball.
yeah, they don't.
The tournament arc in Dragon Ball, even the first one is like 13 episodes long.
Oh, yeah, I know. The Dragon Ball, which can original Dragon Ball definitely doesn't have a breakneck pace.
But okay.
Or not original.
80s classic Dragon Ball is okay in that regard a lot of the time.
I meant Z, but yeah, but original Dragon Ball, its pace is fine. This pace is fucking insane.
Yeah, there's not a lot of build-up. They're just like, hey, we're doing this, and then they cut to them doing it.
And hey, it started. It's a good thing the government actually had a Chaos Emerald because the president didn't even know when he offered it if they did.
Did we
Well,
see them get this one?
Chaos Emeralds are so easy to get in the show. You can literally trip over them.
Yeah, I know. The Chaos Emeralds are fucking
Topaz
everywhere.
did trip over one. I think that's this one.
I know. And by that logic, actually, no one should care if there's a Chaos Emerald up for reward.
Well, okay, here's the thing.
Pretty
What is your average
worthless.
person going to do with a fucking Chaos Emerald?
That's also true.
Especially the other children that have entered, like Danny.
Yeah. But we're not there yet, though.
We're not to that
talk about
fight.
the first fight, which is President Mike versus the Black Knight.
Wow, that game came earlier than I expected.
I can't believe they beat Sonic Team to the punch.
God.
And yeah, they almost throw one attack, but then they're just like, nope, President, you're done. Throw in the towel.
What, are they just going to let the president get his ass beaten on national television?
Well, no. In fact, his age stopped him.
Well, he was ready to get his ass beaten.
He thought he'd win.
I mean, yeah, of course he did, but he was ready to fight, so...
Yeah.
And yes, there are multiple children competing in this tournament. Chris ends up facing off against Danny. And honestly, out of every moment that Chris has in this show, this might be one of the best ones.
This is a pretty funny
without
moment
a
to
doubt.
me. This is a pretty funny moment.
He starts tearing up about having to fight his friend, and he's like, "Whoa, man, are you okay? We don't have to go too crazy about this." And it's all an act.
He ends up just like sucker punching him. Not literally sucker punching him, but basically.
Yeah, he fucking...
The shadowed eyes with the evil gleam. It's perfect.
Yeah, it probably is his best moment so far. And
They
sounds like it
secretly
might be his
reveal
best
that
moment.
Chris is actually distantly related to the Robotnik family.
That would be one.
Very strange.
That would be one hell of a reveal. Jesus.
But yeah, he pulls a win from that. Chuck is gonna fight against E77 Lucky.
Ah, Lucky's back now. Did Eggman enter Lucky? Or did he just happen to enter himself? Or
No,
did Deco
remember
and Pogo do it?
Lucky defected.
Yeah,
That's
I
right,
think
he
he's
did.
been wandering around, falling backwards into various situations. He probably like fell backwards into a brand deal, and there's like lots of merchandise for him or something.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Again, ambiguous luckiness happening here is that Chuck is all ready to fight, and then he injures himself stretching out.
Yeah, I mean, old guy doing things he shouldn't makes sense.
We're 3 matches in, by the way, and nobody has actually like fought one-on-one in a normal way.
Yeah, the closest thing to fighting we've had so far is probably the first one. Maybe Chris tackling.
I mean, it's duplicit. I don't know. The real fight here is Deco versus Boko.
Oh, ho, ho.
They have the friggin' they both wearing the gi. They both grapple for a bit, but then it's like, hey, you guys
Wait,
work for Eggman, and then
Yeah, you guys are wanted criminals.
Yeah.
which is weird because again, like, isn't that the point of this tournament?
Yeah, but Eggman isn't here. It's just his stupid little robots.
But they
No one cares
managed to
about
get
them.
away, so it's like, were they not expecting that?
I mean, did they actually get away? We don't. Well, I guess
Yeah, I think so.
I haven't watched the next episode, so I don't know.
Hey, though, let's talk about the fight of champions, Ella versus Big.
Why the fuck did Big enter?
He could probably use. No, he probably would want to stay away from the Chaos Emeralds after what happened last time.
Yeah, why the fuck is Big here?
Maybe
I don't
he
know,
thought
I don't
he
know
was,
why a
like,
lot
signing
of
up for
people
free
are
food.
here.
It honestly feels like this really feels like the writers wanted to bring back a bunch of characters and had no fucking clue how to do it, so they just did it in the most anime way possible.
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing, is that I would watch an actual Sonic tournament arc, because the Sonic series has
Sure.
lots of characters with cool powers and matchups.
Sure, yeah.
And they do have that. That's the fucking Champions arc in Archie, which is based off Sonic the Fighters.
Perfect game to base it off of.
This is entirely gags. Like, technically,
Yeah.
if you took it seriously, Ella versus Big could even be a decent matchup.
Sure. If, Big actually fights, which I don't think Big wants to fight in the first place.
No, not really. She chases him around. Froggy falls on her face. She faints from frog disgust, I guess.
Is that what happened?
I think. And then Big is declared the winner, but he doesn't win because he went outside the ring.
Yeah, he disqualified himself, which, I mean, that's standard martial arts rules, so, okay.
Yeah. But owing to your theory of they just wanted to bring back random characters, it's Hawk. Remember him?
Yeah, this is when I first realized that.
Yeah, that one threw me to the loop the most.
Yeah. Against Tails of all characters.
He actually, it makes some amount of sense he would try to get a Chaos Emerald.
But
yeah,
this matchup, I feel like it should have been Hawk and Knuckles.
Oh yeah, that would have been super logical. Why didn't
Hawk-
you do that? It's a total missed
Hawk and
opportunity.
Tails is just
Because Knuckles would
completely
win,
random. Well, yeah, but Tails
a
also
lot of
wins
these
pretty
matchups
easily.
have been
Any of the
one-sided.
furries against regular humans, the furries just win.
Okay, but I would say that while it's obvious that Tails is going to win because who the hell is Hawk, which I asked because I had never seen that episode when I first watched this.
Oh yeah.
Tails has not been shown to be a very physical fighter in this show specifically. Obviously, he can be in the main series.
Sure, yeah, but I think they work with that well by showing him mostly defending.
Yeah, although yeah, he spins the Tails to. He has superior ass strength, but there's also this joke about a bunch of adult women really loving him.
Yeah, ladies, he's 9.
What is it? Just a joke about the fox being cute, or what?
The fox won a fight, ergo he's...
I would believe that Tails has more female fans. That might be true.
Yeah, because he's cute. I mean, look at him, he's adorable.
But yeah, weird fight. followed up by Amy's matchup with Bokun, which, okay,
So you're right that the average Joe may not know Bogun is associated with Eggman, but if the government is here, they should definitely recognize him and try to arrest him like they did Deco and Boko.
And to
yeah.
be fair,
That being said, though,
Amy didn't even know he has a name.
she starts off with Bokun. You have a name, and he instantly breaks down crying. So she has to save face in front of the cameras.
Eggman really did a good job making a robot with low self-esteem here.
You know, I didn't think about it, but he may have done that on purpose.
Oh, he 100% did that on purpose. We've established that. He makes robots that can feel pain. Of course he'd give one low self-esteem.
President
True.
of the Serious Cybernetics Corporation, maybe. And yeah, Amy wins by knockout.
Oh yeah, Bo-kun just is too depressed.
And so, okay, this next scene with Chris and Sonic, they butchered in the dub, and
Oh?
it became an inside joke between me and my dad. Sonic
Oh.
talks about Chris duping Danny to win his match, and Chris says he's annoyed that people just think he's a generic nice boy who can do no wrong, which is hilarious, and that he might as well use that thought to his advantage.
Yeah,
And
fair
so
enough.
it's like the writing of that is kind of they kind of know what they're doing in regards to how they handle his character. That doesn't make it okay, but it's at least something. The dub has a hilariously terrible attempt at heartfelt dialogue because Chris is like guilted for it, and he says,
Oh my god.
"I'm always good, but I just wanted to see what it felt like to be bad."
Fuck.
That is such a weird change. I don't
That is
understand why they did
weird.
that.
Yeah, what the hell?
Whatever the reason, me and my dad quote that at each other sometimes.
I could definitely tell the dialogue was super awkward, but I didn't realize it was completely different.
That's
Yeah,
wild.
it's very weird.
Huh.
Okay, well,
Knuckles-
good, because I was going to say that this scene ruined the other one retroactively, but that means in the original version that actually is part of Chris's character, so I can like
Yeah.
him 1% more now.
Yeah. All right, Knuckles versus Black Knight, and we didn't even get to see Knuckles' first fight.
So I think Knuckles, Rouge, and Sonic are just automatically in the semifinals.
Well, if you look at the way the bracket is put together, there are some people that have to go through more matches. Because they show the way the bracket is set up as a different part in the episode.
That's true,
Yeah.
they did. I just didn't take a good enough look at it, I guess.
Granted, I don't know why that is. That seems unfair, but it is.
Yeah.
Well, it's like I know the tournament bracket looks like that, but I can only remember the fucking dub line with one of the robots going, "Looks like a picture of my insides." But the Black Knight does not want to fight Knuckles. This guy was so intimidating,
Obviously.
quote-unquote intimidating. But it suddenly grovels to him and asks him to forfeit because it's Jerome.
He won't
Oh, heck
fuck
yeah.
off!
Did you guys see that coming?
No.
No, I had no idea who this guy was.
Yeah.
I didn't expect him to... Actually, at first I thought it was going to be Tanaka for some reason. Then I was like, nah,
That could have worked.
that kind of works, but no, it's they're not gonna unmask him, and then they proceed to unmask him literally within moments of me thinking that.
Well, Tanaka would not disguise himself. He would fight.
No, he wouldn't. Yeah, no, that's why I pretty much immediately was like, okay, yeah, no, that's
But
not
yeah.
Tanaka.
Jerome being like, "Please let me win. I need the money." And it's not money. It's a Chaos Emerald. I mean, I guess you could sell it, but
Yeah, it's a big gem.
It
You
is
can
a
sell
big
that for
gem.
fucking
Yeah.
at least a couple dollars.
I thought you were gonna have him. You know, if you're gonna have this be Jerome, you should have done more with him versus the president. He should have like gotten revenge.
Yeah,
Oh my
well,
gosh, that would have been perfect. You're
I
right.
guess. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he didn't get a chance to get his revenge even.
Well, Knuckles just tells him to fuck off, so he does.
Yeah.
And you're right that it makes sense for Sonic, Knuckles, and Rouge to be automatic semifinal. It doesn't make sense for Nelson.
That's maybe he's
he
fun.
paid his way there.
I guess he just
Yeah, he paid his
parachutes
way
in
there.
from a helicopter, meaning he didn't have a first fight either.
Or maybe he just wanted a really big entrance.
I guess. And Chris is his opponent, who easily beats him.
Yeah, it puts him in
There's
like
a lot
not
of character
not a
easily
chokehold,
wins
but-
lines in my notes.
I mean, yeah.
Chris is gonna go far, it seems.
Apparently. I like that it embarrasses Chuck.
Mm,
Wow, my son sucks so much. But we're not actually in the semifinals, so that might be part of it. We
that's true,
have
yeah.
another first fight matchup with Sam Speed versus Mr. Stewart,
Oh, that's right.
which,
I just watched this episode earlier today, and I already forgot Mr. Stewart was in it.
yeah, I guess those are two relatively athletic dudes that could almost have a fight, but no.
Sure. Well, Sam fucks up.
Yeah, he starts before the bell and gets disqualified.
Did he even get disqualified? He just left and then was disqualified.
Close enough.
I think he realized what he'd done and left before they could officially say it.
Yes, I guess, yeah.
Yeah. E77's next fight was meant to be with whoever won Deco versus Boko, but they're gone, so he wins by default.
Uh-huh.
Damn, maybe Lucky's gonna win the tournament.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Nah, next fight, Topaz versus Tanaka. This is an uncomfortable undertone that I have been worried about talking about for a while, that they've teased here and there. The show mildly ships these two.
Oh,
Yeah, I
this is the
noticed.
first. This is the first time I've really noticed it.
They had a little bit of it when they were going to space, I think.
They
Um,
did?
There was
and
some line somewhere where he says something nice and she like blushes or something. I can't remember when it is.
I think they
Oh,
also have him catch her when they fight Egg Golem.
did he?
Maybe, I don't remember. But
It's possible.
either way, it's treason. You know where my loyalties lie.
Oh yeah, this is sacrilege.
Oh yeah, of course.
He gives her a nice necklace and she just surrenders? Question mark.
You know,
Seems like it.
Yeah.
one of the few humans here who
is
could
trained
actually
to fight. In fact, both
Yeah,
of
well-
them are.
Yeah, Tanaka. This is the first human fight that might have actually been interesting.
It's
That's
a
true.
This is a
Have you-
damn parody of tournament arcs, is what it is.
It really is. Calling this a tournament arc makes me want to go watch Dragon Ball.
Case in point, the super fighting robot. Okay, well that's Mega Man, but Emerald is matched up with Ella. But Cream is like, hold on, you have to win without hurting her, and he's like, what?
He just starts. He's like, I don't know how to do that,
He's
Cream. I'm
completely
sorry.
clueless. He does.
I mean,
he, like,
yeah.
tilts his head like a dog.
Yeah, he's just saying they're tilting his head because he's just confused. It's fair enough, you know. He's a violent killing machine.
But I don't know why Ella was even here in the first place, so she just gives up. So
I'm guessing Nelson also entered her.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I suppose. Tails versus Rouge. Again,
This-
could be a decent fight.
Yeah, this could have been. It's decent for a little bit.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
decent for the first, I don't know, 10 seconds.
Yeah, and then Rouge ruins it.
Rouge kisses him, which paralyzes him.
Yeah, she uses an adult attack, I think they call it, or an adult
that's-
move.
I don't like calling it that.
I don't like that either.
Would Tails give a shit? It's really unclear for his character. If this
Yeah,
were
that's a good
Archie Tails,
point.
I'd believe it.
Sure, Archie Tails, yeah, that's fine. But like any other version of Tails, I don't know.
I don't know. It's like, I mean, it's not impossible for Tails to be affected by women. That obviously happens later in this very show as a serious arc. But
I guess you could do it as like a momentary thing, like he's taken aback by it.
I mean, that kind of is how it works, since she just chucks him off the side.
Well, yeah, but he's like actually
he
like,
gets like
out of
zonked out
it.
just like at the thought of a woman kissing him, though. I don't know.
I mean, he is 9.
Yeah, I know, but I don't know.
It is weird.
I do like the way the music ramps up only to abruptly stop when the choke ends. Alright, Amy versus Sonic. Again, could make it a real battle. You know they won't.
Sure. No, they won't, because apparently this version of Amy cannot do any harm to Sonic.
That
Well,
doesn't sound right.
so that's not
No.
true, and the show knows it and acknowledges it because Sonic is like, wait, guys, you've got to make her angry because otherwise she won't fight me. Somebody
Yeah.
make her angry. Like, he can't do it on purpose.
Excuse me. Yeah, only angry, a psychotic Amy can only hurt him.
Sonic should have blown off another date with her, realizing this was going to happen.
Oh, that would have been.
No, Sonic
smart.
should just have blown off the fight. That would really piss her off.
I mean,
Actually, that might make her happy.
yeah, I guess. Even then, well, I mean, it's I think it's partially like a chivalry thing because like Sonic could attack first. but he
No, but
doesn't.
well, that's rude in a fight. In a structured fight like this, I've done martial arts. You generally, it's I don't want to say it's completely frowned upon, but like, going straight for like a nut punch right at the beginning is kind of frowned upon.
I feel like you're not
Okay, well,
supposed to hit people in the nuts no matter when with the
no,
fight.
no, but like, you know what I mean.
Yeah, anyway, Eggman shows up, so Sonic chases him out of the ring, which leaves
Yeah,
Amy to win.
Sonic goes for what's much
Okay.
more important.
You brushed over that, but I'd like to point out Eggman decides after seeing Sonic and Amy there to just shoot Amy in the back.
He
Like
does.
the dude normally announces his presence before attacking, but this time he's like, "Nah, I'm going straight for the kill."
What is he? What did Amy do to piss him off so much?
I
She
don't
blow
know.
off a
Maybe
date
he
with him?
maybe he thinks that'll get Sonic's attention or like piss him off. I don't know.
I mean,
What
it
does he want with
worked, but
Sonic?
okay, he's Sonic.
Yeah, he's
Well, I
Sonic.
know, but Sonic usually shows up to stop whatever Eggman's doing. Eggman is here stopping Sonic from nothing?
He's just maybe Eggman just wants to be a bastard.
Well, if Eggman were coming here for any reason, it'd be to steal the emerald, but he doesn't do that.
No, he just kind of shows up. I don't even know if he knew this tournament was happening,
Yeah, it's really weird.
which makes me wonder: was this plan ever even remotely going to be? In what universe could this plan could have been successful without Eggman knowing?
Who knows? And yeah, Amy does her "ooh, I love Sonic" thing, and I don't care.
I really don't care.
We've seen so much of this, and we already had an episode about how we're supposed to not care that this never changes, and that it kind of sucks. So,
It's very
Yeah.
strange because we had that one episode where I was like, "Oh shoot, did they decide to just redefine the dynamic in Sonic X?" No,
Sure
they
would've
just
been
did
nice.
one episode.
Yeah.
we end on a shot of the 8 finalists, and it's like,
It's such a weird variety of characters.
well, it's Knuckles, Rouge, Chris Emerald, Tanaka, Stewart, Lucky, and Amy, and there's not one. There's maybe a full minute of fight between all of these characters in the episode.
Yeah,
In terms of just they threw a punch at some point.
right.
So, yeah, I don't even know what to make of this episode, honestly. It feels like a joke.
It
And
does
is a
kind of
joke.
feel like.
Think?
It also feels
It-
like one.
Well, it definitely feels like, someone had the idea of doing a tournament arc and to bring back a bunch of characters, and then another person was like, "Yeah, but we shouldn't like take it too seriously, and like we should meme on it." So instead, they just make a really shitty tournament arc.
I don't know why you're so surprised. This is exactly how I think Sonic X would handle a tournament arc.
I mean, I don't think I'm surprised. I don't know.
It's a lot of fanfare for what ultimately amounts to a shitpost.
Yeah, I think that's really it.
There's too much effort for it to just be a clowning on it.
I don't think so. I mean, it's a lot of work to animate any of these episodes.
Oh, well, yeah, of course.
Yeah, but there was at least, like, I feel like there was a vision with some of those. Like, even if it was unclear what it was meant to be, you don't have it play out for absolutely no reason at all. And in fairness, this is not absolutely no reason at all, because we get Emerald stuff in the next episode. But,
Sure.
it's just weird. I was not as big a fan of it as I hoped I was. It was like, because I remember these from the DVD as a kid, and I was like, oh, this must be part of the good part of the show. It's not.
I don't even think it's bad. It's just like right now. It's just kind of there.
Back to just existing.
Yeah, I don't have much of a strong opinion. Period.
Well, next time on Deep Dive Zone, we will be able to see the conclusion of that, and maybe that'll bring it together a little bit better. They do at least take more stuff seriously in the next episode, and in the 2 episodes after that, because that'll be the start of the going home arc. So, got that to look forward to.
Cool.
But with all that said, that is where we are going to cut it off for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, please feel free to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If you have any questions, comments, criticism, or feedback, you can reach us at any of the links in the link tree in the description. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I hope you have a great rest of your night. We'll see you next time, and take care.